Hello, everybody. How are you doing today? My name is Tony Rizzondo, and you are listening to another episode of the world famous University Love, the best podcast in one, two, three galaxies. Ladies and gentlemen, you and I, we just call this show Online Marketing Moves. I'm really excited to be talking to you today. We are coming to you live today. Today is January the 22nd, 2025. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to talk about content creation and why you need to be creating content every day. Creating content, saving content, storing content, putting it back, using it, use it, flood the airways. We talked about the other day. We talked about money. You know how Lyndon Baines Johnson used a bunch of money to win the senatorial nomination in the in the Texas in the state of Texas. And yesterday we talked about the attitude of, hey, you can't worry about you can't worry about everybody's opinion. Today we're going to talk about creating content at a rapid pace. You want to go, you want to go, you want to go. You want to be able to go. You want to make sure you want to make sure that you have the stamina for that. You want to make sure you have the mental focus. And speaking of mental focus, you know that my great friends at Magic Mind is Mental Awareness Month. Okay, January 2025. We want you to get off. We want you to get off on a great start. Now, I've used Magic Mind in the past. I've used Magic Mind, the Magic Mind shots. It helps you with focus. I told you before when I had my daughter, for some reason my memory was going fuzzy. I couldn't remember a lot. It was annoying. But I took Magic Mind, the Magic Mind shot for 4 days, 5 days, and it started to lift the old fog, get the memory started. Well, now, ladies and gentlemen, we have something. We have something for the daytime, and we have something for the nighttime. We have the Magic Mind. Of course, I just told you about the power shot. Also have the Magic Mind elixir, which will help you sleep at night. And now, as you know, sometimes all of us we have trouble going to sleep. But when you use the Magic Mind, sleep is energy. Without sleep is the opposite of production. Okay, and it will help you fall asleep faster and get deeper rest. And what sets it apart is 100% safe. Just like the daytime stuff, the Magic Mind elixir that helps you sleep at night, it has 100% natural ingredients, and you want to use as many natural ingredients. You gotta love natural ingredients, okay? You don't want to be taking stuff that's bad for your body, okay? Because as you know, as we get older, the worse stuff that you eat, the worse stuff that you drink, the worse stuff, it can be bad for you. But Magic Mind is none of that. Magic Mind is a great product. Use it in the daytime. Use it at night. They have a bundled package just for you. Okay? Now if you go to magicmind.com/Tony JAN, you can get 45% off Magic Mind bundle. That's the Magic Mind shot, Magic Mind sleep at night. Okay? If you buy both products, you get 45% off. Use the code Tony JAN. That's Tony January. You don't spell out January, okay? Because we know some of you probably can't spell out January. But it makes it easy. You go to magicmind.com/Tony JAN. You know how to spell Tony, TONY, January JAN. Stop. That's it. Use that code, get 45% off. You know, it is January. It is Magic Mind. Magic Mind is trying to start you off on the right path. It's mental wealth in 2025. You can have all the money wealth in the world, but the mental wealth is just as important. Okay. So once again, go to magicmind.com/Tony JAN. Use that promo code, get 45% off on both products. I highly recommend both products. They're both great. I love Magic Mind. Thank you. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to discuss creating as much content as you possibly can. Ladies and gentlemen, as I told you yesterday, let's build a world that you want to live in. Let's start off. Let's build the world that you want to be in. How do you do that? Create products. Create things that you can sell to people. Build an email list. Build a following. Build an offline email list. Build an offline list, a direct mailing list. Have something that you can sell to people. Whether you do affiliate marketing, whether you create products. But how do you get people into the door? You create content, whether you be on somebody's podcast, whether you be on somebody's YouTube videos, whether you write. It does not matter. Create content. Ladies and gentlemen, you see people all the time. They are trying to create content. People, they try to shock people. They say silly stuff. None of that matters for you and I. You and I, ladies and gentlemen, we are here to create a legitimate business. We want you to be able to make as much money as possible, but we also want you to actually do the things that you want to do. Ladies and gentlemen, you know, as I told you before, and once again, I'm gonna tell you again today. Close your eyes. What do you want to be? What do you want to do? How do you want to live? Where do you want to live? Where do you want to go? What do you want to do every day? What are some hobbies that you have that you want to do on a regular basis? Now, we all know sometimes we have, hey, I told you before, when I was young, I worked at jobs I did not like, could not stand, could not, would not, did not like them at all. Okay? Worked in a warehouse. I worked with my brother. We put beans in a bag, like pinto beans. You ever walk by? You ever go in the store? You see beans in a bag, ladies and gentlemen. That's what me and my brother did for a while. Most, uh, it was, it was only cool because I worked with my brother. Other than that, the job itself was boring. Okay, but we had a good time. Me and my brother, we still have work. We would go hang out a little bit, go to bed, wake back up. He's working nights. I was 22. My brother was like 24, 25. So it was fun. But it was not a job that I actually wanted to do. You know, I started driving trucks. I remember the first time I said, you know, good, good Googling, man. It sucks. But I say all that to say, the most fun I have is when I record the podcast, when I do the podcast, when I write, when I get people on the email list. That excites me. That makes me happy. You know, selling myself to get people to listen to the show, trying to get people to listen to the show, searching. I'm gonna have to do the Leonard Johnson. I'm gonna have to spend more money to get people to listen to the show. But what I'm telling you is, for me, this is fun. For me, this is exciting. For me, this gets the juices going. I like it. I like creating the content. I like hearing from them. I like seeing the people. I like hearing from people, knowing that they are enjoying the show. It gets me going. It lifts me up. So how do you create content every day? There's something to talk about every day. There's something to say every day. I have a conversation. When I was on the road, my mom would call me every day, sometimes twice in a day, and I would think, what are we going to talk about now? My mom would always find something. My mom would always find something new to talk about. Did not matter. Did not matter. She always found something to talk about. There's always, always, always something to talk about. There's always. Whether you watch the movie, whether you listen to the news, whether you talk to your friend, whether you got into a fight with your girlfriend or boyfriend, there's always something to talk about. Great people find the smallest detail, and they make that into a story. You ever listen to the Howard Stern show? Forget the shenanigans about the girls and the models and all this and all that. Howard Stern has the great ability to take one thing in his life and blow it up. I remember his producer was trying to be a gadget. His producer Baba Booey, Gary Delabate, he had this thing where he was apparently a techno wizard. Who knew? I remember Howard took this one little piece. He took Gadget Gary and he could turn that annoyance into a 30 minute to an hour segment on his TV show. We all we all can do that. Some people are better at it than others, but there's always room to make content. There's always room to produce content. There's always room to write. To I write poetry. I could watch a movie and I could do poetry. I could wake up, write a poem. It might not be the greatest, but I could do it on a regular basis. And so there's always content. There's always content to create. There's always content to create. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, I will tell you once, I will tell you twice, I'll tell you 3 times. There's always content to create. Never think, what am I going to talk about? Get in the index cards. I have index cards right now. I write stuff on them all the time. I heard Dan Kennedy say this about Joan Rivers. Joan Rivers wrote 25 jokes today. She wrote 25 jokes a day. You can write what you want to talk about at least once a day, twice a day. Somebody says something dumb, write it down. I ran into a guy yesterday. I was getting fuel. Ran into a guy yesterday. He told me that he was very ridiculous, and I wrote some of his things he said down, and I could use those. I could use those later on. I'll tell you one thing he told me that didn't make. He told me, he said that he was a better rapper than Eminem. He told me that Tech Nine. Some of you might not know Tech Nine. I barely know who Tech Nine is. Tech Nine and Kelly Osbourne, who's Ozzy Osbourne. He told me that they had a baby. Okay, what? And then he also said he had 2 girls. One had 30 million followers. The other one had 100 million followers. And both of them were after him, but he did not want them because he doesn't need all that limelight. This guy was mentally crazy. Okay, so that's an episode waiting to happen. So, ladies and gentlemen, always be writing, always be looking, always be listening, because there's always material all around you, no matter where you live. No matter if you live in New York City or you live in Timbuktu. If you live in New York City or you live in New Madrid, Missouri, okay? There's always something to discuss. Ladies and gentlemen, always things to discuss. Now, we'll be back on Thursday with an all-new episode of Online Marketing Moves. Ladies and gentlemen, create as much content. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, if you create as much content as possible, you always have it ready to go. A minute note. Okay? Ladies and gents, we'll be back tomorrow with all new episode of Online Marketing Moves. Until then, my name is Tony Zano. Thank you for listening. God bless each and every one of you. I love you. And before I go, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget www.magicmind.com/Tony JAN. Get 45% off on the products, on the package. And we will be back tomorrow with all new episodes. Until then, my name is Tony Zano. God bless each and every one of you. Always, ladies and gentlemen.